What it do? What's good, YouTube? It is your boy MetaMike, man. We are back with another tactic video on the channel right there. We are doing the 4-3-3-4, similar to the 4-2-1-3, but I feel like this one's less ratty. I feel like it's more fluid, more free-flowing, much less ratty. Did I say that? Yeah, let's get into it though. Man, come on. You already know MMOEXP, the best coin website to get your FC26 coins. Get a huge jump start to your teams. I'm talking Mbappe's. I'm talking some of the best cards in the game, man. META, that's code META for the best, cheapest coins. Check first link in description. Also, 8% off. God damn. When I do these videos, I definitely always like trial and test these formations out, you know, and then I obviously do the video. I don't just like say what's on my mind in terms of formations. Like, I was playing with this formation. I think I played at least 15 to 20 games, rivals, you know. I tested it out in obviously the cups games. By the way, I love those cup games, man. Very fun, very sweaty. But let's get into it though. Tactics formation, I will leave the pin comment. The code will be in the pin comment. Don't just copy and paste though. Learn what I have to say. Let's go 4-3-3 attack now. I don't know about you boys, but I love this formation, man. Every time a new FC or FIFA drops, I always use it just to, I don't know why, it just brings back memories of old FIFAs, you know, like FIFA 15, FIFA 16, 17. And I feel like this time around, it's very overpowered to the certain point though. I feel like this formation is very attacking. We all know that it is attacking. So that's why the defensive approach is going to be on 50. Straight up, man. I don't play around with this one because I feel like I do the attack and defense, you know. I feel like it's just better to have it balanced. The thing is though, changing it up is build up style, short passing. I always use short passing as build up style because the 1-2s, it's basically like they go into position as soon as they you do the 1-2s. Let's say you got like Xavi on the ball, right? You're passing it to Iniesta. Xavi that just passed to Iniesta, Xavi will make that run and he will get into space very much like quicker, cleaner. The thing is, sometimes this can leave gaps, so you have to watch out. I think that's why so much people use 4-2-1-3 with the short passing technique, because you got the CDMs to actually stay back if you obviously have them on that roll and play roles. Because then essentially you can do the short passing, do those 1-2s quickly, get them into space, and then they track back. Does that make sense? So yeah, short passing for the 4-3-3-4 though is very attacking. I feel like it's much more attacking than any other formation, I feel like, in my personal opinion, man. Let's jump over to the actual roles though. We've got goalkeeper defend. I like to always use the goalkeeper myself in terms of manual movement, so I don't have him on balance, because I feel like sometimes they do a little bit of weird things when they come out of the box and rush out, you know, when they're unbalanced. But yeah, completely up to you. This is personal preference. I feel like it's the main personal preference you know, aspect right there to any players. So yeah, that's personal preference. We've got two fullbacks and fullback defend. We have to, bros. I'm sorry, man. I did say that this formation is free flowing and stuff, but yeah, we have to put the fullbacks on defend. The issue is if they go up, right, you're gonna have so much gaps there because there's no one to basically like hold that position if someone goes up, because there's two CMs and two fullbacks. If you had the 4-2-1-3 though, you definitely can have at least one fullback on something like a balanced, even a versatile. I've heard that one is good. But now for the 4-3-3-4, you're gonna have two fullbacks on defend and obviously fullback, yeah, right there. So we've got obviously the pluses always help if you're new to the game. Pluses is basically like the heightened version of that role. So if, for instance, Calvin Bassey right there had defender normal, he is going to be not as great as the defender plus, because the plus, especially plus as well, makes it much cleaner and they act much more, how can I say, with persistence, if that makes sense. So yeah, defender defend for the two center backs. Let's jump over to the CMs though. This I think is probably the most important one out of the whole formation. By the way, sorry for my throat right there. I just ate some nice food, bro. But 4-3-3-4 now with the two CMs, right? You want someone that's a little bit smaller, someone that's more taller. I always said, man, huge advocate for having that balance of midfielders, because I feel like if you have too much of lankiness, the game's going to be heavy, especially the game being already heavy. It's not going to be great. You want to have at least someone that can transition. Like, for instance, I've got Aguero, right? Insane card when it comes to the way she positions herself. She's not too tall, she's not too short, and she's not too lanky, you know. So she obviously can defend it. So she's kind of like a Kante, if that makes sense. Kante would be perfect in this position right there, holding defend. So I definitely think get someone like that, and then next to them get someone like a lanky Donny that can play the role of everything, you know, whether it be, you can get Gravenberch, you can get the likes of those type of cards, you know. It would be perfect, especially if they have the playmaker plus. Now, what I like about this one, right, it's kind of like Xavi in this position. playmaker roaming. He goes wherever the ball is, and he's kind of like a free roaming character. Someone that kind of goes wherever the ball is, bro. Literally, like, he can act as a cam, a lamb, a ram even sometimes. He can act as a RM, RCM, LCM. Now, the issue with this is sometimes you'll see a little bit of gaps at that left CM role. But trust me, it's very overpowered when you go playmaker roaming. Yeah, I like it. I tried attack, but it's very overpowered. You got basically two cams, if that makes sense. But roaming, I felt like was nice because you always have someone to like lay the ball off to, and then they're gonna pass back. You know, especially if you do the short passing techniques. And that's why I like this formation, because it's very free flowing like that. So yeah, cam is going to be shadow striker attack. Now, I played around with it, right? I always used to use playmaker. Because obviously, essentially, the way this works is you want a cam to lay off the ball to a striker, right? But with this formation, what makes it so good is you can essentially have the two CMs that are a little bit positioned up the field. Then you can have your cam and striker kind of intertwining, bro, if that makes sense. So it's Jessica, Naz, and Messi. Messi sometimes acts as a cam. Naz sometimes acts as a striker. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like two striker formation, if that makes sense. But obviously, you have the cam that can distribute the balls right there, and you want someone with the incisive pass plus is sorry, it's just incisive in general is decent. Something with a play style that is passing is always nice. Decent passing as well. Even De Bruyne in this position is not bad. You know, you don't need to be going too much. You can just get a cheap cam. You know, even what's his name, Shirky, bro, amazing in terms of 5-star. You need someone that basically is essentially an attack, someone that can, you know, finish when they need to, distribute when they need to, but most of the time even skill, bro, like someone that can do step overs, that can do, you know, borrow scoops, something like that, you know, when it comes to dribbling. But yeah, two wingers. If you are living under a rock and you have not played this game, inside forward is basically the best thing for wingers. Sorry, goddamn, it's the best role for a winger. Balanced as well, inside forward plus for Garrincha. Now, Garrincha 70 rated. I'm not too sure about you boys, but hey, this man is cooking for me, bro. Bro has 82 pace, but with technical plus. I said it, I'll say it again. Don't look at stats. Look at play styles and roles. It is the most important in this game right now. Someone like Garrincha that has 82 pace, he feels like he has 90 pace. He cuts in beautifully. He has the inside forward. He has the 5-star skills as well. Inside forward balanced. They cut inside beautifully. They act as a ram and lamb. And also, if you see the heat map, if you like kind of confused, press A on the role, you'll see where they position himself. Obviously, the more green it is, that's where they stay majority of the time. So you can see he's kind of acting as like that cam that kind of drops back sometimes in that right slot, but then also acts as like a right striker, you know, someone that's versatile in that position. So yeah, I like having the wingers on inside forward both. Let's jump over to the striker. It's always going to be advanced forward attack. If you have the plus, even better. But I don't play around with this. I just have him as advanced forward attack. I feel like it's the best role, tactic, focus for a striker, because essentially you don't want them to be doing too much, bro. You just want them to be in front of the goal, scoring goals. Literally, bro, that's it. Being not versatile, being that one no-nonsense striker. But yeah, Messi sometimes tracks back because of his animations, and like, it's Messi. You know, he's gonna track back a little bit, you know, play that 1-2. Sometimes I even play him as a cam. I like him as a striker for some reason. He's just very, very potent. I love his dribbling as well in the box. So I would say though, when it comes to a striker and cam, right, you want to have someone that's tall for striker and someone that's short for cam, or vice versa. You want to have a small cam, tall striker, you know. So I just said that: tall cam, short striker, etc, etc. So you see something like that, because you don't want too much lankiness, as I said. Same thing like with the CMs, bro. You want to have the cam and the striker intertwining, playing nice football. Because if you have, think about it, if you have too much of like tall-minded structured players, it's not going to be great in terms of like maneuverability and movement. So you want to at least have a balance. That's always the play, especially in this formation like the 4-3-3-4. Yeah, you don't need to be doing too much, bro. Just, you know, having the balance. But yeah, tell me if this formation worked out for you boys. That's going to be the 4-3-3 attack. I was going to play a game, but I feel like I just explained it better, man. Yeah, that's going to be the video, boys. Hit the like, subscribe, bro. Tell me if you want to see a game next time. For now, signing out. I'm going to go play an indoor game soon. So yeah, I'm going to edit this video and then call it a day. Thank you so much for watching, boys. I will catch you in the next one. Tell me what other formations you want to see. I might just do... I don't want to do the 4-2-1-3, man. See, the issue with that formation is it's such a good formation, but I hate promoting like ratty tactics. But hey, it's the name of the game, man. Don't be mad at the player being mad at the game. That's the name of the game, man. Check you boys in the next one. Have a sweet one, boys. Peace.